Dit is Haug Talks, de podcast waarin we praten met de mensen van Haug. Vandaag zit ik met Phoebe Perry.
Hey, hoe gaat het, joh?
Oh no, she's flipping to Dutch.
No! No, that's embarrassing for her.
Yeah, no, it's embarrassing for me. No, you can talk in Dutch as much as you want.
Okay.
But I feel like to make myself clear, I have to switch to English. I think like you can speak Dutch, right?
I can speak redelijk. I can speak it okay, but you're right. I think for a conversation to be like clear, it should be in English, and then I can switch to Dutch. Or if you need to like really express yourself, then you express it in Dutch, but then I can understand it. I always understand people, but sometimes if I need to quickly react, then sometimes if it's a more complicated sentence, then they want what, especially if it's a conversation about emotions and someone's really expressing themselves in Dutch. What they want from me is not me to say all the things that I would say in English. What they want me to either do is like ask a very pointed question or say like, I see you, and then also something. And usually that's better in English. So if someone's like, and then you say, ja, snap ik. And how are you feeling about that in relation to this whole work you're doing, whatever. And then the person can go,
It's kind of manipulative. Manipulative. Is it a word? That's not how you
manipulative,
say it.
yeah.
Yeah, manipulative.
Me, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, but you can speak English, but you don't live in the Netherlands for that long, right? Like 5 years or something, right?
Almost 6 in November.
That's crazy. Like how good, like you live in Amsterdam as well. Everybody talks English over there.
Yeah.
So where did you learn it? Did you do a course?
Yeah, I did my first Dutch course. I learned it through a few ways. I think you have to sort of like with any prey or with anything that you want to learn, you have to go at it from different angles. And I think first I really wanted to. So I think a lot of people try to learn it, but they don't really want to.
And why did you want to though?
I wanted to understand my boyfriend at the time.
Oh.
And I also wanted to, when we decided that I would move here, we talked about it, and it was like a lifetime decision. I wasn't like deciding whether or not I wanted to be with him. I wasn't like sort of checking out the Netherlands. I did that for 1 2-week trip. We were here for 2 weeks, and I went, yeah, I'm in.
You immediately wanted to be here for your whole life.
Yeah.
Or be with him for your whole life.
Well, I just make decisions like that. I just
That's
go
crazy.
like, let's do it. So
just
then,
lesbian energy in a heterosexual relationship.
I U-hauled with this man so hard. So hard that I just got rid of most of my costumes, but that was like the most of the things that I owned.
Really?
And then, well, my mom talks about that when she helped me sort everything out into suitcases. Of course, we didn't want to spend that much money on a ticket. So the idea, because if you add more bags, more money. So then I had to decide which costumes I would bring, like this first round before I went back to the U.S. And this was right before COVID, when it was like, oh, I'll be home like 2 times a year, 2 3 times a year. And then, then all my costumes just stayed in the U.S. So I just brought the most important ones.
Do you still have those costumes?
Yeah, and I brought more.
What kind of costumes are these?
Well, I use some of them in Raw Dammit. Like this very long house coat I like to use for like a woman of the night, like an old woman, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's like a lot of glasses, and then there's wigs, and
like you should explain. I want to talk about Raw Dammit, but you should explain.
Yeah, sorry.
Like I know what Raw Dammit is, but I don't know how would you describe what Raw Dammit is.
I would describe Raw Dammit as a Dutch alternative comedy show, but I would describe it like that. But that's not how I would pitch it to anyone.
Okay, how would you pitch it? Pitch it to me. I'm a club booker. I'm like, I don't know, I have this spot on like 9 o'clock at a Friday night. I don't know what to do with it. Do you know something?
Oh, yeah. Jan Peter, you're not going to believe this.
All right.
But there is this late night show that I have where it's something that you don't put on the main poster. This is not just stand-up, and it's also not just cabaret. It's like something in between. It gives, there's characters, there's sketches. It's hosted by someone who barely speaks Dutch.
That sounds like a nightmare. That sounds like...
it's perfect for late night.
It's perfect for late night.
People will go to your first show. They'll have a little drink, but they're not ready to take their date home yet because they're still getting to know each other. So, but they say, oh, there's this late night show. It's only an hour. are you kidding me? Is there any pauze? No, geen pauze. You just go all the way through. Is there a thema? Of course, every time. Is that spoken about? No. Are there decorations? Of course. It's this world, and then you go into it, and then you experience comedy, but in an alternate way.
Yeah.
In a late night way.
Where did you find, how did you select these acts? Can you talk about, like, what kind of acts did you let you perform there? What kind of people did those shows? Yeah. Because I've seen weird shit. But not like it isn't anything, it isn't good or something, but like,
well, some of it stuff was you would
see. No, some of it was not. No, not everything was good. But it was also kind of the fun of it, I think. No, I love the shows. I love God Damn It.
You.
I hope it returns.
You were so funny.
Oh no,
you play really funny.
No.
That's not this.
Don't like over rompel mij with compliments. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. I can't do my job as an interviewer, Phoebe, if you keep compliments. No, but it's good. It is a good show.
Thank you.
I like the mom that smokes in the house.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Maybe my favorite character, I think.
Mom that smokes in the house? Did you like when there's a few things that Mom that smokes in the house does. One time she goes, I have a baby, but I don't know who the dad is. And then the audience, you don't vote for who the dad is. I just put the hand, and I don't speak about it either. I just go, wie is de vader? Wie is de vader? Wie is de vader? Wie is de vader? And then I put my hand over people's heads, and I'll go, Vader? And then people would, that one? Were you there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that one was really fun.
No,
and because people decided, because I the way I believe that a crowd works, you know this, they sort of already know what they want.
Yeah.
So people would clap if they thought it was getting close. It wasn't like if I put the hand over one woman with blonde hair that everyone was like, had different ideas. Everybody either claps or doesn't clap, whatever. But they don't choose it ahead of time. I don't know how to say this. The crowd knows who the father is. It might be various people, but sometimes I would put it over someone's head. Stilte.
What do you mean by the crowd already knows what they want?
I don't know. Crowds just sort of work. I mean, we've been at shows where every one of our colleagues, is that what we call? Other comedians, all the comedians are performing. They're present, they're trying different stuff. You see them working their asses off. And the audience is just like, we don't like comedy. The crazy thing is we've all decided, onbewust, that we just don't like this. And they decide that, and they don't decide it like in a small room before, but it's just like the energy in a room. And so this show, especially because God Damn It is like 70 minutes, how it's designed is like it's 70 minutes, it's all the way through. You create really an atmosphere, and it's never broken, not for a bathroom break, not for whatever. The only thing that breaks it are small characters like in another part of the room. Like maybe between the main acts, I'll have like an agent of chaos. And then, so...
Yeah, somebody cleaning.
Yes, Nira Tall.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
Yeah, it's funny. She cleaned like people's glasses and...
And she kept doing it the whole time, and we never announced it. No. I never said thank you to the cleaner. And then one time... But Nira did go up at one time and go, I don't even think she said I'm not just a cleaner. I think she just started saying poetry or like a man's place, or I don't remember what she did, but it was very funny.
Oh, cool.
And then, yeah, she was really funny. But then those are the only breaks.
Yeah.
So what I mean by like the audience decides is that, like if I have my hand over someone's head and we have to decide who's the dad, everybody's played games before, so they have these... I don't know how to... The energy is just like, if I put it over this bald guy's head, everybody's like, stilte. And I was like, ooh, creepy. And then people laugh because it's like, yeah, we think that guy's creepy. We don't even know him. Or if you put or if you go around, like there was one guy who everybody was like, that's the dad. Like people even got like out of their chair, like not out of their chairs, but I'd never played that game before. And then when I played it and we decided this one guy, everybody was like, wow. Like, we found the dad.
Yeah. It really clicked.
Really dad.
But also, you also found out in the moment, oh shit, this shit works.
Yeah. Or at least it did that night.
It did that night. Oh, you didn't do it. No, you keep doing every night is a different thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's also kind of crazy.
Yeah.
if you have something that works, you want to try it again, but you kept doing different things.
I know maybe that was the problem, but sometimes
No, I wouldn't
found
say
it.
so, but it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
If you have a character that works, you want to play it again, right? But you
Yeah.
didn't, or you kept trying to tweak it and it was way different every week.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think the only thing that came back a lot was secret hidden. Geheime talent, geheime talent. Wie heeft een geheime talent? And that was fun, and we played that. I think that's the game that we played most often.
Yeah, where you find the talent from. If somebody could, I saw someone yodel, I think.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm an opera singer, and I was like, she goes, I can yodel, because sometimes
Yeah.
what
They're
I would
really
do,
shy.
yeah, really shy, and also I tried it. My energy is not like, I'm a bad bitch and I'm gonna cancel you if you talk to me. My energy is like, hey, I'm just up here on accident. Let's hang out. And so a lot of people come, so they don't want to seem like they're showing off, especially with an all Dutch audience at this fucking weird ass show. But this one woman was like, her friends didn't even, but she was like, oh, she felt like a responsibility because I refuse to get off the stage until somebody shows me their hidden talent. So at some time there's always some overachiever, usually someone with a hidden talent is the person who goes, yeah, I worked really hard on this talent because I'm the sort of person who takes responsibility for my life. So I'm the only person in this fucking room who's going to take responsibility. So I have to save us. Like this person always feels like this woman is not going to let us go forward unless I save us. So she came up and she goes, I can yodel.
Yeah.
And I said, that's perfect. She goes, are you sure? And she goes, I'm a classically trained opera singer. And I said, what would you rather do? She goes, opera. And I go, yodel. and then she yodeled, and it was beautiful, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was. Really
I was there. What were the other talents?
Somebody did the worm, which is really, that is a talent.
Yeah. No,
it's hard
I can't
to do.
I can't do the worm. Can you do the worm?
No, it hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts.
God knows I tried.
That is true. It hurts. And then, but geheime talent, somebody else. No, I can't remember the other ones. That sucks.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like, goddammit. I mean, I like your comedy. Your stand-up comedy. It's been so great over the last year. You're making so much progress.
Thank you.
Which is kind of difficult because you perform in front of Dutch crowds, right? There's a language barrier and also like a cultural barrier.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you're getting really close to that.
Thank you.
And but I still feel like goddammit is, I don't know, kind of your. It felt like your show, even though there were all these characters and all these performers, and they all brought their own stuff into it. It felt like your show. And if I hear you talk about this, then you really thought it all out.
Yeah, I think it was like a geweldig kant. I really thought it was like a special, and it will when it comes back in another way.
Mm-hmm.
But my show, I tried to feel like I was hosting, but not like hosting like when you're an MC, but hosting like when you're gonna have your birthday party. So like you clean your house and you decorate it and you think about the theme, and then you know that someone's lactose intolerant, so then you try to do this, and then you also want to curate the guest list.
Yeah.
So I also like that. So sometimes I'm not very good in organizing. So like I would ask. Sometimes it would happen where somebody was like, somebody would drop out last minute, which happened a lot because in the beginning it was a midnight show or like 11:30 or something.
Yeah.
So people had a difficult time coming. Totally makes sense.
Yeah, because of trains or
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then which I was like, oh, totally get it. And then but there would always be somebody to swoop in or. Like who was doing maybe an English act who had done their show earlier in the night, and then they would come do a piece, or somebody was willing to do something strange. It was also interesting how many times I could ask someone and hear no from them before I stopped asking, and I think that's like, yeah, also something when I say no to things, I go like, okay, but at some point you have to say yes, otherwise people will stop thinking that you're interested at all.
Oh.
You know?
So you kept asking. I don't get it. Can you
I
elaborate?
mean, like, sometimes people want to join the party, and sometimes they're a bit scared.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's okay to like let people be scared and like watch from a distance, I think I also learned this with like just being a nanny for a long time. It's like, don't force people to do stuff that they don't want to do. Not that they're not ready for it, but like I found myself at times being like, you are so funny in this one way and you do stand up really like very like stand up-y, but also I've seen you do this one character in this one bit and like, would you like to extend that or whatever? And the person would be like, ja, even kijken. Laat me even kijken. And then I say, okay, that was also the fun of the night, is there's some people who are like, I'm in, I'm whenever. You were like, I'm in whenever, let's go. And then other people were like, I want to watch, sit back and watch. And I thought that was also the fun of the show, is that like, everybody was welcome. I invited a bunch of people, but then whoever ended up being there, it wasn't like this fast lineup where like it could be something where you could take people out, put people in, plug it in, and then and I thought that was the improvisation piece of it.
Yeah, there also always was a lot of chaos. Like,
yeah,
sometimes you ask, like, can you perform at this date? And then I could, and then I come here in the green room and all these characters and people like wearing different clothes, like a guy with a fish head on, and like, what the fuck, where am I? And then when do I perform? And then you like, yeah, I don't know. And there was always like, okay, no, well, we'll see. And it always worked out. In the end, it always worked out. But it was a lot of chaos. But I feel like you're also kind of a chaotic person.
Yeah.
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 Have you always been that?
Yeah, I think I was more. I'm sorry that I didn't know where you were in the lineup. That's so funny.
It's all fine. It's all fine. I feel like that's part of the show.
Yeah,
I was also like an observer in the show as well.
So funny. I love putting that farmer place. Anyway, we'll talk about it. But the chaos of the show feels so comfortable to me because that's like that was where I was able to let loose a bit. But I feel like in my life as an adult, I feel like I've put a lot of structures in place, so I like show up to things on time and sometimes those fall through. And whenever they do, I remember how chaotic it was to be like 18 or 19 and sort of like not making it to things on time, or like forgetting about deadlines, and like things like were super chaotic before these like systems that I have in place.
Yeah, was this really problematic also?
Yeah, I mean, there are opportunities I definitely lost on.
Oh, yeah?
Just because I didn't like send something in on time, or I was late, or I was like, well, that's the same thing. Yeah. Late or not in on time. But
no, but I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got that more straightened out.
A bit, but
more you got older.
Right.
Yeah. A bit, but
sometimes it still slips. Like I have certain system. I have a few jobs, so then I have like different systems for like setting up that in my calendar, and sometimes I'll miss one, and then that's like really embarrassing, and yeah, but that's the only time it emotionally goes back to that chaos.
Yeah.
But usually it seems pretty chaotic, but then I have most in the order. Alles in de rij, hoor. Maar soms gaat dat een beetje te druk.
It's kind of I feel like sometimes I think like I wish I would have met Phoebe like in primary school or something.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I think you were crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like the zoomies. Like, do you know when dogs like have these they have too much energy and they're just walking around in circles?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that's you.
Yeah, 100%. I think we would have been Zoom pal. Were you Zoom?
Yeah, I was kind of yeah. I was kind of a zoomy guy. Can you tell me about the Irving yearbook story? Can you tell me about
Excuse me?
Can you tell me the Irving yearbook story?
What are you talking? How do you know that? That's silly. Irving yearbook.
That's middle school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny. Middle. Yeah, I'm taken aback. Let's do, I think, Irving Middle School. What was it?
The yearbook story.
Yearbook. So this is not about Zoomies. This is about me acting like I have my shit together, but don't. So I was a yearbook editor.
Oh, right.
So like in your so there's 3 years of middle school, and then the last year, the oldest kids are in charge of like, you can take this class where you make the yearbook the end of year. I'm sure everybody has yearbooks. Anyway, we have yearbooks, and then, but it's up to the kids.
I don't.
No?
No, not really. What's a yearbook? What's in it?
A yearbook, what's in it is, maybe you've seen it also from TV. Everybody's school picture that they take is in, So it goes by class, by grade, and so the book is in 3 sections. So yeah, sixth grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and then in between are like, these kids played soccer. Like, who does sports activities? Who does like superlatives? And superlatives is hottest, most willing to die first, drug addict, who's most willing to become it, whatever, all these things, but real ones. And then so there's all these different sections, but it's middle school. So we all want to act like we're in high school, but we're like 14.
Yeah.
So it's pretty toegankelijk or whatever, but it's really childish.
Yeah.
But anyway, the kids are in charge. So, but it's a class. So then we voted for who the editor was, and there was like a tie between me and somebody who was actually qualified, which was Anna. And then
Shout out Anna.
Shout out Anna. I'm probably doing really well. And she and I, anyway, what the story is in the end is we put someone's butt in the yearbook. That is how this is going to end. Anyway, but Anna at one point was like, I'm only in charge of these things. She's like a boundary queen.
Yeah.
She's like, at some point she was like, hey, this is before boundaries were cool. She was like, I've already done my job. Phoebe, you have your job to do, which is to like, her job was to like correct grammar and like make sure everything was in the line. And then my job was to like work with all the people.
Yeah.
Like get all my friends to make sure they did all their work on time.
Yeah.
And of course, they didn't do their work on time. People were like, I don't really want to do that. And so I ended up having to edit a lot of it. And me and a couple of friends were really like to do it, actually.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 of us were like super into it. And then at one point we were like all walking home and somebody was like, what if we put a butt in the yearbook? Because we had just spent hours doing it, right? Like after school, hours. And we were like, okay, this is fucking like, what? Nah. You know how you do after school? Then we were like, let's put someone's butt in the yearbook. So the cutest little boy, he went behind a garbage can and he put his pants down. And then he put his little white butt. And then me and the other girl, so that we didn't see his butt because we're like all Christian, you know? We can't see butts.
It's a Christian school as well.
It's not, but it's just a joke. But then me and now they go by, he goes by another name. But anyway, but we were we were like this. And then they took a picture, and then we put that in the yearbook.
With the butt.
The butt is in the background of the
butt
picture.
is in the background, and your guys are like posing in front of the butt.
So it just looks like 2 friends.
And what was the backlash from this?
Well, nobody saw it until till it was like.
It already was printed out. And
yeah,
everything.
because the teacher, like we put a little cursor, you know, like on a cursor over the butt, so when she checked it. Yeah, because it was all because it's a yearbook, like how it's outlaid, or how it's formatted, is this is so boring. But anyway, how it's formatted is easy to put the cursor over, so you didn't see the butt.
Yeah.
So then on the last day of school, the principal got a lot of calls because I told people that there was a butt in the yearbook.
Oh yeah.
I was like, how did people find out? That's crazy. I told them.
Did you get punished? Like we're in trouble?
Oh yeah.
What did you have to do?
My parents took me to the principal's office, and yeah, and then we talked to the principal, and then also the teacher. So the teacher also had to be there. So random, and we were like best friends, but then we weren't anymore.
No, he didn't like it. He couldn't laugh about it.
Yeah, she was so mad.
Oh,
she was like, "It's okay, weird." No, she was like, she asked this question, which made her look so stupid. But she goes, "Phoebe, didn't you think you'd get caught?" And then I said, yeah, we thought you would definitely catch that.
Yeah. You didn't do your job.
Well, and that's not what I meant. I mean, no. I was just 14.
Yeah.
No, 13.
You were kind of brat.
13. Yeah. Well, I was like, maybe a brat, but maybe also I think I was honestly like, we were just having fun.
Yeah.
I'm 13. I put a butt in the yearbook. Sue me. You know?
Was it
She's
the
like,
story of the year? Was everybody like, oh, shit, Phoebe put a butt in the yearbook. That's cool.
No, people were pretty like, I think most people said that it was fun, but that like his parents, the butt guy, his parents were they were like, oh, Phoebe, nice to see you. You know how we dealt with this, I'm not sure how your parents dealt with it, but how we dealt with it was facing the shame. So what we had Graham do is take around the yearbook and take it around our country club party. And he had to show every single person, I shouldn't use his real name. Anyway, but it doesn't matter, nobody says it. And it's just Netherlands. And they can't speak Dutch. They can't speak Dutch, which is what we're doing right now. And then, So that he had to go around the whole party and show and tell people what he did.
Whoa.
Yeah, fucked up.
That's fucked up. That's more fucked up than putting a butt in the yearbook, I think.
I think so.
I feel like that's out of proportion.
Yeah, they shouldn't have kids anymore.
No, they shouldn't. That's a kind you already told the story probably many times, but I think it's kind of funny. It's also kind of funny how you have such a different childhood, I think, compared to us. That's also really difficult. Like doing comedy in front of people that didn't go to the same kind of schools, had a different system.
Yeah.
How's that?
I think sometimes, I took a lot of time in the beginning when I first moved to the Netherlands to my ex really introduced me to the Netherlands. He was like, here is something that you need to know. Like the beginning was all like a Klokhuis episode.
Oh,
it was like, ba-ba-bum-ba-dum-bum. There are 3 different parts of school. Havo, mamo. So I feel like I got like kind of an inburgering in that way and pretty fast.
Yeah.
And also we watched like a lot of Dutch TV. So I think I understood different facets of Dutch culture. But you're right, like there are sometimes when I understand something on a really oppervlakkig, like a really shallow way. Yeah. And then when I try to make a joke about it, people go, that doesn't taste right.
Yeah.
That is really weird what you do. The other day I wanted to make a joke. I always think maybe if I make a joke about the comedian before me, if I connect their set with mine, maybe these people will like me more. Never have. I mean, when I do it, people hate me immediately. But when I try to I've done it with you, and I've also done it with Vincent. With a lot of people I've gone like, okay, hey, is this joke funny?
Yeah.
And always the answer is like, don't do that.
No.
One time, because
it's really specific.
It's
like you
so
need,
specific.
Yeah. Like for a joke to be really funny, it needs to like scratch a really specific part of your brain.
Yeah, and people have to have wanted to hear it. Like, I can't just create, like, someone was talking about Mavo or something, and I was like, Mavo? I'm from the U.S., more like Navo, am I right? Which is crazy and not funny at all.
No, there's no link at all. It's just the same,
Well,
it rhymes. That's the joke, it rhymes.
And it barely rhymes.
Yeah. No, it rhymes really well.
No,
I mean, it's in one different letter, but I wouldn't say it's a good joke. No, but that's really difficult. That's also kind of crazy. And did you do comedy in the US, or did you do it first here?
No, I first did it in the US for a long time.
Oh, really?
I did improv first in university, so...
Yeah, I know that. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did improv.
Yeah, I did improv first.
Yeah, you were a really theater kid.
So, yeah, and then I rebelled. I was like, I'm not a theater kid except for that's the most theater kid thing you can say.
Oh, you did stand-up in the US?
I did stand-up in the US in Atlanta. So I moved, when I went to university, I went to Atlanta, Georgia. And Georgia's like a red state, but like Atlanta is like a fabulous sort of like cultural hub. And really this metropolitan city. And it had a lot of improv at the time. It had Dad's Theater. It had a lot of different improv. And then I did that. And it was so fun. But at some point, I just wanted to just not have to organize a bunch of other adults. I wanted to just do comedy on my own, and I got really jealous of other people doing that. So then because the improv theater and the stand-up theater were the same. So like after our improv show, we'd go watch the stand-up.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so fun. They don't have to they have no Google datumprikkers. They have no like.
They can just go on stage.
They can just go on stage. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're kind of jealous.
So jealous. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And actually one of my friends started doing it. And I was like, what's it like? And she's like, it's really easy. You just go up and say stuff. I was like, oh.
It's really easy.
It's really easy.
And where is she now?
She actually just published a book.
Really?
Work Nights by Erica Peplin.
Shout out Erica Peplin.
Yeah.
Peplin?
Peplin.
Peplin.
Mm-hmm.
What's that name? Is it Irish?
I don't know.
Ah. But she doesn't do comedy anymore.
No, I don't.
That was too easy.
That was too easy.
How long did you do comedy then? Like before, like after the improv in the US?
I would say like I did stand up for like 2 years, hardcore, like because that's how it's the only way you can really do it unless I mean, you can do it other ways, but I am not able to do that. I'm not able to do it in a chill, cool way.
No, you have to go fully.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
No,
I wish
that's
I could
good,
be.
I think.
Maybe. It's sick. But then I went back to, I moved to Chicago. I started doing improv again and just improv. And then I did more character stuff. So it would be like, it'd be the same reason that I did stand up, but it was characters because there were whole character nights. So like the mom who like smokes in the house, I could just do that at there's character open mics and character shows in Chicago where you could just they book characters.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't, it's not even like, this is a crazy night. They'd be like, this is a very normal night of character stand up.
Oh, really?
Or characters.
It's not even like special.
Oh, so nice. No, yeah. And then you could just go, you could try 2 or 3, I think I'm remembering this right. You could do like 2 or 3 character shows in one night. Or not one night, but 1 week, which is a lot.
Wow. How many times did you perform per week?
I think I'd exaggerate whatever I say. I don't know. I think like with improv, it'd be like 4 or 5.
That's
right?
And was it like paid? Did you get paid?
Never.
Never.
I think that's at some
lot.
point. Yeah.
Like, an open mic in the Netherlands wouldn't do 5. Like if you do 5 open mics per week, then within a year you are getting paid, I think.
Yeah. What was yours? Wait, how'd you do that?
Yeah, I did some open mics, but I got really invested in like the club circuit. There aren't that many clubs, but I did like Toomler, I did Comedy Haug, and then Club Haug opened at the same time as I started doing comedy. So I found it, it was kind of cool. And then I started playing here. Then Marcel said, "You go play somewhere else now." He like kind of ditched me, which was a good thing. And then I started playing at other spots.
Express, he said that?
Yeah, he said to me like, I don't know, man, maybe try some different stuff. Maybe go.
Okay.
And sometimes he puts you off. I mean, has he done that for you as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop doing it in
Dutch.
Dutch.
It's kind of tough love. I don't know. Yeah, stop doing it in Dutch. He said that to you.
Well, he said how you'll do it here. I mean, no, he hasn't ever told me that I can't do it, but what you're going to do at my club is going to be verstaanbaar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to be English.
Yeah. But
but that's clear.
Yeah, it's kind of good tip. But it is nice to hear sometimes.
Yeah, it was helpful.
Yeah, it is helpful. Yeah. No, but in the Netherlands, I feel like the scene isn't as big as in America, but there aren't as many people trying it. Maybe now it's different, but...
Yeah. But when you started, there wasn't as many people. What do you mean?
I feel like I started just before the wave that it got really popular.
Yeah, okay.
So right now I feel like stand-up is really popular, and you see a lot of open micers, and there are a lot of people that see it on TikTok and stuff.
True.
So a lot of people want to try it as well.
Yeah.
But when I started, that wasn't the case. Not yet. Like I started like 2 years before that.
You did it before it was cool.
No, not before it was cool, but before it was mainstream, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, when you had to find gigs.
Yeah.
Not when they were like, you can be at this, you can go to Den Haag, you can go, and now there's like a comedy club in Groningen.
Yeah,
super nice.
Yeah, super nice. Yeah, it's gotten really popular. It's really different.
Yeah.
How long do you do? Yeah, 5 years. You started immediately doing comedy when you came to the Netherlands?
No, I think what you're saying about like how when I moved, I stopped almost completely. So I moved, I had been doing like 4 or 5 nights a week, mostly unpaid. And then when I came here, I was like, but I was kind of exhausted from that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, creatively exhausted. Sort of like, maybe I'm not good at this. Maybe I just, it was really fun to do. But like, partly I'm a person, if like no is a complete sentence to me and always has. If anyone tells me no, I go, yeah, no problem. I'm terrible at sales. If I try to sell someone something and they're like, I don't really have a purpose for that, I'll go, yeah, nobody does. I don't know why I'm selling this. So like when people weren't reacting, I did a few open mics here, but that wasn't connecting. There was no like, I was like, my juice is completely gone. Maybe I should what I'll do is I'll be a really good girlfriend and I'll go into something really stable, and then maybe that whole thing was just a really a phase that was really fun, and I have nice pictures from it, but like...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I was just like, that was...
It's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was depressed.
Yeah, and then you broke up with your boyfriend, and then he was like, no.
Not immediately.
Oh.
It was like, I think after, when I went on those 2, well, and all of this was like a little bit happening under the surface, over the surface. Like on the surface, I was like, I'm going to be a really good wife and mom. And even though I was neither of those things, I was like, I'm preparing for war. But underneath, I always thought, like when I daydreamed, which I often do, I like dance in my room. But when I was dreaming about it, I would dream of like, I didn't know. I would dream of like performing in Dutch because I was like, that's the only, I'm going to be here forever.
Yeah.
But I didn't know Dutch very well. But in the beginning, I even told my teachers, and they always thought this was weird. Like, because I took actual Dutch courses. One of the courses that I took was actually called Dutch courses.
All right.
It would be Dutch course 1, Dutch course 2, and then I would tell people I was taking Dutch courses, and they'd go, "Great, where?" And I would say Dutch courses, and they're like, "We're speaking English. Why are you fucking this up?" I'd be like, "Oh no, that's the name of it." Anyway, but when I would tell teachers like, "What's your goal?" and I would be like, "I want to make like a sketch show in Dutch, or I want to perform in Dutch," people would go like, "Okay." Okay, and volgende persoon, whatever. And then people would be like, I wanna do B2B sales in Dutch, whatever they say. I want to understand my kids. That was a really common one, actually.
You want to understand your kids?
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like when you're in a Dutch course, you have to go around and you have to say what your purpose for being there is.
Oh, it's like a class. Yeah.
See, this is what I do also a lot.
Yeah.
In the beginning of doing comedy, I also did this a lot, where I just go into characters.
Yeah.
People are like, what are you doing?
Yeah, sometimes I don't know if you're playing a character or if you're playing Phoebe.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Usually when you're putting on a really like crazy voice, and I know, oh, this is a character. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes I have to sit it out.
Yeah. No, that's honest.
Yeah. But no, it's really funny. But the people in the course would say they're learning it to understand their kids or something.
Yeah, understanding it for their kids, or they want to do like B2B sales, or they want to like their company's paying for it, so like whatever. But that's what I mean. Like what I always sort of wanted to do was perform in some way in Dutch. I was like, if I'm gonna be here, that's the only option, because I only went to one English open mic, and I was like, you can't get good doing one English open mic per month.
No.
That's crazy.
No. You have to do like 2 or 3 per week.
And I went to the Comedy Club in Amsterdam that like did it in English, and they were like, yeah, we don't have any spots. And I was like, I'm not asking for a spot. I'm just like wanting to know when the open mic is. And they're like, we can't help you. And I was like, okay. So that felt like, okay, a clear break. If I'm not going to do it the way I want it, which is hardcore, then I just won't do it. Yeah. And then I still tried a few attempts to like do characters and things like that. But it was just failure. I just didn't do it.
But right now it's going well.
Yeah, killing it, having fun. Now it's fun, but I think I had to wait till the juice comes back.
And how did the juice come back then?
Yeah, doing like all of a sudden, like learning Dutch well enough. I started working with a tutor because the classes weren't helping at some point. And so I met with a tutor every 1 or 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And because what I wanted was to, I wanted to be a producer for film. And in order to do that, I keep hitting myself, but in order to do that, then you have to have a certain level of Dutch, which is N2. Yeah. And in order to do that and to prove to employers that you can speak Dutch well enough, you have to take this test, and this test is pretty hard. And so you have to be at a C1, B2 or C1, like of this pretty hoog niveau. Yeah. And I, at the time I was like, well, what I'll do then is I'll fucking crush it, and I'll get this tutor, and I'll work with her for 3 months, and then I'll crush it. Like I do things, I'll crush it. And I started working with her, and we were crushing it for like 1 or 2 weeks, and then we sort of like went through the program, and then she was like, you're not having any fun. I was like, I'm not having any fun. And she goes, you're also like, you're doing a lot of the work, but I think maybe it'd be fun if we go a little off script and we do something more. She's like, do you like poetry? Do you like what? And I was like, well, maybe I could do some comedy. She goes, yeah, I think you would actually do your homework if you did something you like. So why don't you write comedy and then come back to me, and then and I was like, I came back to her and I said, well, a few of these sentences I had to Google Translate. So I said like, and I marked them, and like, so if you think that's not, she goes, well, there's no grades here. So instead what we'll do is we'll work on getting you better at Dutch rather than making you a good student.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So she was really.
That's really cool.
Femke Rolf.
Femke Rolf. All these shout-outs, man.
I'm an American, I sell my friends.
Yeah.
But she was really helpful, and yeah, but she's like not a comedian, but she's really a good teacher and really good at like saying this makes grammatical sense, but it's insane to say it like this. And so from there I would take it, and then I at some point had like 15-20 minutes of material, and then I sort of Tom Gerrits, my friend.
Yeah.
I like went to one of his open podiums that he was doing, Kelder Cabaret, when it was like an open podium.
Mm-hmm.
And I begged him for a spot. I said, mag ik een spot alstublieft op je volgende show alstublieft? He was super sweet, gave me a spot. And then I did my first show in Dutch. And from there, I was like, yeah, this feels so good. And that's how I got little by little got the juice back. So I started performing what I had been writing with her. And then, maybe like 2 times per month, maybe.
That's great. Like when starting out?
Yeah, and then, and we were like, this is great. And I was like, this is all I need to do for the rest of my life. I would tell people back home, all my comedy friends would be like, are you finally doing it? And I was like, I am. And it's so great here. They have like a real work-life balance. The fabulous thing is, I only do it 1 or 2 times per month, so it really does not impede on any of the things that I do. And I was working as a producer at the time, so also I was like, I have a serious job where I have an email with my name in it, and not at Gmail. It's at the company name, so it's very important. And but I can still do this comedy stuff on the side. And then, of course, it takes on like if you care about it enough.
Yeah, and it will grow.
Yeah, on accident. But on accident, come on.
No,
like
not
I had
really.
No, because on accident, it was just like, you know what? I really, like, all of a sudden was like, especially because Julius Oudendorf, like, all the, like, people were like, there's other places to do this. Also, when I met you at
Yeah, Theater de Liefde?
Theater de Liefde.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then, there's so many places to play and to try things. And then when you meet people, they're like, hey, have you tried this?
Oh, you weren't that long, you didn't play for that long, when you, like, in the Netherlands at least.
No.
Theater de Liefde. Oh, I thought you did play a lot longer, I think. This is not a good sentence, but I think you get me. I thought you played for longer.
Yeah, that I had more experience. Like, that I had been playing for longer.
Yeah, already I was really like from the first start. Like the first time you met, I saw you play. I was like, oh, this is great. But I like these weird acts. These like I don't know.
That's very nice.
Like the comedy is for the outsiders, I think. Like for people that aren't like that people don't know them, they don't understand them, and this is their way to get people to connect with people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was really stoked to see you. I didn't know I don't know what you played at that time. I don't know what your set was like.
Well, you helped me with one thing. I think I was saying persoonlijk. I was saying some words just incorrectly. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, there were just certain parts of the bit. Oh, persoonlijkheid. Oh, there's this one bit about how my kapstylist, she has a really ugly dog.
Your hairdresser.
My hairdresser has this really ugly dog. And then I go get my hair done. She goes, oh my God, I have a surprise for you. I go, what? She goes, I should do it in Dutch. Anyway, doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
And then she goes, oh my God, ik heb een nieuwe hond gekregen. En dan zei ik, oh ja, wat leuk. Dan zei hij, ja, en ik heb haar, I named her after you. I don't remember how I said it. I named her after you. And I said, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, because jullie lijken op elkaar. She reminds me of you. And I'll go, oh my God. And then she goes, yeah. And I was like my face? Oh, no. It's not my capstylist. It's my person who waxes my vagina. And then I go, and I was like, what? And then she goes, also on sword copper. And then, and then she goes, oh yeah, oh nee. I was like, our faces. She goes, oh nee, gekkie. And I was like, you know, this, because dwergpoedel.
Yeah.
Mijn eigen dwergpoedel, whatever.
Yeah.
Because whatever. And then, see, this is not a good joke, because I didn't tell it in the right way.
No.
Then, See, jokes are better when you uitleggen.
Yeah.
And then, anyway, at the end, she goes like, no, because you're annoying just like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end. Which is really funny, and everyone laughed and loved it. And but you
Standing ovation.
At one time you were like, it's persoonlijkheid. And I was like, persoonlijkheid. And you were like, no, persoonlijkheid. I asked about, no, I think maybe you feel the same way. There are more and more places to play in the Netherlands. So I think also I felt more free in the Dutch scene because I felt more anonymous. Whereas in the English scene, when I first started, there were like 1 or 2 open mics. And that felt to me like really, I just couldn't, that's not where the juice was for me. But it was where I could be a bit anonymous, where I couldn't.
In the Dutch scene.
Yeah, because also I didn't want to hear what I was saying. I think that was also a big, like part of me wanted to say what I wanted to say, memorize it, and then perform. And then sort of have it take on a life of its own, because I think I was still coming off of this, this huge, like, sort of feeling like I failed coming back from Chicago. And then, I wasn't failing. But then it was just comedy again. It was just like, oh yeah, I like this a lot and I'm going to work hard at it just because I need to figure out a better way to say this than how I said this joke before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the English open mics, there are only 1 or 2. So if you fuck it up, then you keep coming back to the same place.
Oh, that's what I thought was happening. But apparently there was this scene underground that I had.
It's also growing as well, yeah.
Yeah, and now it's huge. But at the time, people were really building it brick by brick, and I just wasn't there. I just it totally went over my. I think especially because what I wanted, and what I do want in the end is to have a Dutch, community, and also that's what I was actively seeking, also in friendships and also in work and things like that.
Yeah. What is it that appeals to you about Dutch people then?
Well, I think it's just that I live here. I think wherever I live, I think what appeals to me about Dutch people, I would say.
Or doesn't something appeal? That can also be
no,
the case.
I think the truth is, it feels like now it feels so every day so practical. It feels like gewoon. Yeah, that's what was my answer, but that's like not an American or a me answer.
No.
My that's like a terrible podcast answer als. Ja, gewoon.
Ja,
Omdat
gewoon.
ik vind het wel leuk. Ja, gezellig hoor. Ja, soms vind ik wel lastig met Nederlanders te praten, omdat iemand zegt gewoon 1 woord en je zegt, hè? Waarom niet een beetje meer, een beetje over? Maar ze vindt me wel overdrevend. But I find Dutch people really refreshingly honest. And that all of a sudden you have to be present. Because somebody will go, onzin. They won't say onzin. But if I'm being a bit overdrevend or something.
Is that really true? Are we as Dutch people? I say we. I would.
A
Yeah,
lot,
I'm Dutch. But yeah. Are we really honest? Yes. I feel like sometimes we're also kind of like dickheads.
Yeah. But sometimes I feel like, well, yeah, but everybody's a dickhead. Especially but I mean honest as in sometimes I get my feelings hurt by the same things that I like. So sometimes I feel like it's honest, but really what it is self-preservation. So the person has never seen someone be like, oh my God, I love this couch. I do like this couch. I actually love it. I would want it in my house. But maybe I don't love it amazing because I've known it my whole life.
Yeah,
and
Americans are... Yeah. That's more an
yeah.
American thing, right?
Yeah, but if you're and then a Dutch thing would be like, yeah, it's a couch. It's nice. It's nice.
Works. Yeah.
Yeah, it works. But also might say it's lovely. And if they meant that, then they could I don't mean to talk about this or that, but I think sometimes when I'm speaking with someone about something, I feel like they're not just going to give me a false answer. I don't even know if that's a good, yeah.
I don't know. You just know, yeah. What you see, what you hear is what you get. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe is that what's the case? I don't know.
That's also silly. Dutch people are fun and like to have fun. Come
yeah?
on. Yeah, come on.
No, Dutch people are Dutch crowds are also.
Have you ever been in a laundromat with a older Dutch woman?
No.
Fun.
Yeah?
You go, ik heb niet, oh ja, ik heb geen geld. Dan je kan niet de wasrecht gebruiken. En dan zei ik, ja, maar ik wil het wel. Ja, dan moet je naar de geldautomaat. Heel serieus. Alles is heel serieus. Dan zei je, ja, moet ik daar lopen? En dan, ja, zeker moet je daar lopen. Je kan ook daar fietsen als je wil. Maar ja, maakt het niet uit voor mij. Ik sta hier ga je daar in de regen gaan? You know, whatever. It's like, it's so dead serious that then if you play, I think people do pick up on it. Where when like I was in German, I also can't speak German. I think if I spoke German, maybe I could do it. But like Dutch people, like most, there's a little bit of spelerig in this like dead seriousness.
Yeah.
There's a bit of play and fun. That's why like all these sketch shows really work, like Burman on Burman and like all these different sketch shows really work because it works with, and a lot of them that I've watched at least, play with like kind of a serious premise. It's not like two crazy characters, you know, it's like a pretty serious premise. And then, or something really herkenbaar. And then like there's just a little bit something wrong. Or there's like a little bit like what's that one where they go to the candy shop and he like tries a piece of chocolate.
Where from? What kind of sketch?
Old. Anyway, I'll look it up.
Jiskevet?
Jiskevet, yeah.
Jiskevet's really Dutch.
Yeah.
It's really simple, kind of sober.
Yeah, it's fun. But that's what I mean, like, often I've experienced that I can play. If I play, sometimes people really don't like it, but I think that's just people. I think there's just some people in this world who are like, wat doe je voor gek? Oh, dit vrouw. Oh.
I have two more things to ask.
Okay.
First, can you tell me the story about brownies to go?
You talk to my mom. This is so funny. Brownies to go?
Brownies to go?
How'd you find out about that, mister?
I do my research.
Brownies to go is embarrassing. But brownies to go is that... So brownies to go is just that I had some friends over at my house. And then we were having a really great night. They were theater kids.
Of course.
And then we were having a really fun time. And my mom and everybody was there. And then at one point I was like kind of like ready for them to go home. So we were making brownies and I was like, this is fun, right? We're making brownies. And everyone was like, this is fun. We're making brownies. And then we cooked them. And then as my friends were chatting and having a good time, I put them in little cups. And then I gave them to go.
Which is really an American thing to do.
I want you to go.
Yeah.
But here's a brownie on your way.
Yeah, and you said like these brownies are to go. And then they got the message like, oh, you want us to leave.
And they said it out loud, which I thought was surprising. I was surprised that they didn't just go, oh my God, that's so nice. We wanted to go too.
It's kind of smart.
Yeah.
It's kind of a clever way to like not make it an insult, kind of make it a joke.
Yeah, kind of make it, 100%.
No, it was kind of kind of jokingly, like jokingly, you should fuck off. That's kind of like...
I didn't mean it as a joke at all. I remember being like, I want these people that I usually find very nice, but right now I really want to be alone and like draw to Amy Winehouse or like pretend I'm Adele. But these people are kind of like staying in between me and that. I'd like them to go immediately. And but I am a nice person and I want them to like me. So what if I bribe them with food? So it was really serious, actually. It wasn't serious, but it was like it was a bad look. I
feel like this is a really Dutch way to like make this happen. Like Dutch people would say, if you go for coffee at someone's place, and then you drink a cup of coffee, maybe two, and then they're like, then it's like 1 hour has passed, and then they're like, so, do you want anything to drink? And then when you say no, then you should, so no, we're going home right now. That's like the message. Like if somebody says, you want anything to drink? Like you haven't had anything in an hour. You still want a cup of coffee? Like it's 10 o'clock. Nobody drinks. Yeah, fuck off. That's a Dutch thing.
Oh, it's so funny.
But it's really funny that you already did this kind of stuff. Like this subliminal message.
Good.
Yeah.
We should tell the Ian Day.
We
should tell the Ian Day.
Ian Day?
The immigration office.
Oh, I don't know that. I'm Dutch. I don't have to know these things. I vote PVV. I don't have to know. No.
Good. It's the way to go. Full is full. I've been here for a while.
Full is full.
Oh, that's sad. But it's true.
No, it's funny. Kind of funny how it's like still a Dutch. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is my final question. My final question. Like you did this Rod Dammit, and I feel like you're really passionate about that project. You have your own stand-up stuff, which is going really great.
Thank you.
What's the plan? You have talked about you mentioned sketch comedy, like a sketch show. Is that the
Yeah.
ambition? What's the ambition? Where do you want to be in 10 years?
10 years.
Dream big.
Dream big. 10 years. Okay. I would say that I would like to tour with a show. I think that like that sort of life looks really interesting and fun. I think if you have that, but that's like a specific like if you have an audience or something that you can do. I want to keep making shows. I have one show right now that I'm working on called, but it's more of a theater project. So there's like comedy and then there's theater projects, but like, so whichever sort of like catches on. But this one is the stork who's late for mating season. Or this ooievaar, that's too late for mating season. And that's like this silly show. And I was like, I would like to find like a place for that. But I guess 10 years from now, I'd like to do more stuff like that. Like
The
weird
stork
character.
that's late for mating season. You have to elaborate
Te
on that.
laat voor brood.
Yeah, I know. But what's that?
Sorry.
Is that a show?
Yeah, it's a show that I'm making.
Yeah.
But it's a theater thing, so it's not comedy.
It's not comedy.
No, I mean, it's funny,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, it's more like it's meant for theater. So it's like meant for things like that. And that is more akin to like the character stuff I did in Chicago. So like that's one character and she's talking to an audience and the audience are all babies.
Oh, wow.
But she is a stork and she'll deliver them when she's ready.
Yeah.
Okay, but first we're gonna talk. And then and she smokes inside. All of these moms smoke inside.
Yeah.
And she has like no maternal instincts and she's terrible. But I would like to do more stuff like that in theater spaces, but also have this. So I'd like to have a lot of things happening at once. I used to really, when I first started doing Dutch comedy, all I could ever see with like festivals. But I think those are like, they're really fun. I like when my friends do them. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if that's like...
If that's for you.
Uiteindelijk, I don't know if that's the route, but like I have something to say very specifically in Dutch that I can't say in English. And so I have to work really hard again to build... Not that I was working so hard before, but to be verstaanbaar, like to be understandable and to be and to have it not be the whole time over my like the way that I say things, my pronunciation, and so I have to work really hard at that. But there's something I have to say to Dutch people that I don't really need everybody else to understand, and I have to say that. So in the next 10 years, I would like to say that in this. I don't know if it's
you
like,
already have the story in your head. You just have to like know how you can communicate it in Dutch.
Yeah, or like...
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be... I just have to make it, and then I think I'll be done with it. But I think there's something... It doesn't need to... I don't need to tour that specifically. I like that lifestyle, but there's like images that I see, but I don't see like... ik moet dit winnen en dan moet ik hierheen. Dan moet ik...
No, it's not a clear path.
It's not a clear path, but
No.
I have like... Just like how I was making the stork show, or sometimes how like I'm building this one stiekem gedanst bit. Like I have some images, and then sometimes I have to put stijgers or like scaffolding up. And then later, once it's clear how it all comes together, then I can take the scaffolding down. But right now I have a few projects with a lot of scaffolding, so maybe I don't put anything else up. But
yeah, that's cool.
That's what thanks. But that's the next 10. So when we're here and we're like, when we have more practical shoes on.
Yeah, when we have more like pediatric.
Yeah.
Jichtachtige.
Orthopedic. Hoe zei je dat?
Jicht.
Jichtachtig.
Raoul die heeft. He has jicht. I don't know what the English. Old people have jicht.
Jicht.
Which is really like
the arthritis?
Yeah, maybe arthritis.
I have the. I actually.
Like
I know
everything is crunchy.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like
arthritis.
I don't know. Jicht would say if you. The word like kind of implies like it's crunchy, like.
Crazy. I actually have. I know you're trying to end this, but I do actually have those shoes tonight. I got them in the U.S. at this kringloopwinkel, and there's like I promise I'm almost done. But
no, it's fine.
You'll see them. You're a shoe guy, so maybe you'll like them. But there are these orthopedic shoes that the like from a podiatrist. But an old woman delivered that. Like I think she died, and then like a lot of old women clothes and shoes were at this kringloopwinkel, and I bought these shoes and I went, this woman probably didn't even have a passport, and now I'm gonna take her shoes and do some really European shit in them. And tonight she's gonna perform tonight.
Yeah,
we're gonna go on stage and she's
this
gonna
entire backstory for shoes. I always do that shit when I'm at like the thrift shop. Like it's all shit from old people or dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Also kind of
will.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
We should end this. Thanks to Phoebe
Thank you.
that I could talk to you for an hour. It's been really fun.
Zo gezellig.
Yeah, really gezellig.
Thank you so much.
Just bye.
Bye.
Hey, leuk dat je luisterde naar mijn interview met Phoebe Perry. Vond je Phoebe nou heel leuk? Check de beschrijving voor haar socials. Wil je ons helpen? Deel deze podcast met je vrienden en rate ons in je podcast app. Later!